Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest Iraqi Dinar update. Let's dive into what's happening right now in the region and what it could mean for the currency. First up, some analysts are watching the bigger picture in the Middle East. If the U.S. steps back, there's concern that Iran could step into a stronger position as a central power, especially across the Gulf Cooperation Council countries. One thing seems clear though, no one's expecting any kind of wartime revaluation of the dinar. According to recent reports shared by Claire, Washington-linked oil tankers have started moving through the Strait of Hormuz again, and there's growing hope that the conflict could wrap up in just a matter of weeks. Over on the Mark Z side, via PDK, someone asked if he'd heard anything fresh from his high-level group contact. His reply? Yes, but he couldn't share any details because of a signed NDA. He added that he personally hasn't received any payments yet, and while the exact timing is still unknown, his sources believe things are getting very close and preparations are actively underway. Pimpy weighed in on the current tensions too. When the United States began its bombing campaign in Iraq, his biggest worry was whether Iraq would get pulled into the wider conflict. So far, he's impressed by how well they've stayed out of it. Even though he wasn't voted back in as Prime Minister, al-Sudani is working hard to keep Iraq completely away from any surrounding fights, and Pimpy hopes that careful approach continues. Now, turning to Frank 26 and his boots-on-the-ground reports from Iraq, Omar was back on TV, once again stressing that even with a new government forming, there's no plan to change the exchange rate anytime soon. Frank pointed out how often this message is being repeated and asked why. In his view, it might be because they know they don't stand much of a chance keeping the rate locked at 1,300. He believes the environment right now is absolutely perfect for raising the value of the dinar, and there's really no solid reason holding it back. Frank also noted that any current leadership could shift quickly, especially with outside influences like a potential Trump administration stepping in to shape things. Sandy Ingram brought another perspective from the Central Bank of Iraq. They've publicly stated they have no plans to adjust the currency right now or right after the conflict ends. However, she reminded everyone that when the big players, the US, IMF, World Bank, and UK sit down together at the table, decisions can shift quickly, and things could definitely change. On a lighter note, the Iraqi government has announced an Eid al-Fitr holiday. The cabinet decided to pause official working hours starting Wednesday, March 18th, running through Monday, the 23rd. Government offices and institutions will get back to normal on Tuesday, March 24th. And finally, from Mark Z via PDK again, the coordination framework has postponed the final decision on the Prime Minister until after the war wraps up. In the meantime, they've given Sudani limited powers. This move happened quickly overnight and could help get things unstuck moving forward. That's the latest, folks. As always, the dinar world moves fast, so stay tuned for more updates. If you're holding dinar or just following along, drop your thoughts in the comments below. What stood out to you most this time? Hit like if this helped, subscribe for the next one, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.